McCordsville, kind of an up and coming area.
Yeah, this is another area that I really love. I'm personally biased in this area. I'm personally invested in the McCordsville area, and I love what McCordsville is doing right now. In fact, if I were to say anything, I think you're getting in on the ground level in the McCordsville area. If you followed any of these market reports, I say it every time when I go over McCordsville. They are about 50% way through of building up their town center. Well, I say building it up, just having the ground foundation level, which is just some commercial industry and residential units in that area, which will continue to expand around it. So that's nearing its completion status, which I think is going to have a direct reflection. Mike mentioned earlier when we were kind of going over these markets that McCordsville kind of bleeds off of the Fishers market, and I really believe that that's true. McCordsville, or excuse me, rather Fishers, has built up their town center. They did so few years ago now, and it's been largely successful. McCordsville would be silly being so closely related if they didn't mimic some of that, and that's exactly what they're trying to do, which is exciting if you can get it in. Now, imagine getting in the Fishers area before all that was completed. They saw a tremendous amount of appreciation around that time and quickly following. So that's exactly what I'm predicting here for the McCordsville area. So enough of my personal opinions. Let's jump into some of what the data may show. I mean, who doesn't want to swing like this going into December? You can't. I mean, you can slide down and then you're going to come right back down, and then you're going to be stuck if you're sledding this hill for sure. So, but this is exactly what you want to see in December. Now, I also want to be clear and indicate that this is a very small market. Data points are going to be all over the place. Mike and I have discussed about merging another market, Fortville, into this market report, just to give it more relevant data, because we are going to see data points kind of all over the place, and it's hard to be accurate with such a small data set to track. So look forward to that in the new market reports going forward, merging Fortville, which is going to give us a lot more accurate data. And Fortville really is the McCordsville area. I mean, when you say Fortville, you're talking McCordsville. When you say McCordsville, you're talking Fortville. So that's what we're going to start doing going forward to give us a little bit more accurate data here. But again, back to what we currently have. We're looking at an average rent price right at $20.50, which is up 12% month over month, and up 12% year over year. We've already indicated that's exactly what we want to see year over year. We want to see an increase. If that's what it's indicating, it's a market I'm paying attention to. 12% active homes, or excuse me, 12 homes active in the market. Unfortunately, this is one that we don't track month over month, so I don't know exactly where we were last month, but currently have 12 currently active in the market. Average days on market, again, we don't have that data because it's not one that we're tracking. It's just such a small data set. We'll try to do better here as we go forward and expand this market, because it's without a doubt one that you need to be in tune with. Average sales prices. Now this, I definitely want to get some of your feedback, Mike. I mean, we're at 423. This is higher than what we are seeing in Westfield, which shocks me. This is higher than what we are seeing in Fishers. It shocks me. This is certainly higher than what we're seeing in Noblesville. This is surprising. And I'm going to beat you to it just a little bit, because I think what this is, and correct me if you feel otherwise, McCordsville, small market, tremendous amount of construction growth going on in McCordsville. Way more than what we've seen in some of these other markets, and they're still seeing a tremendous amount. So this is seeing much more than any of these other submarkets that we've talked about. McCordsville is growing. Now, McCordsville has typically been known as a small town, your small ranch, small square footage type homes. That's not what's going up now. What's going up now are these bigger homes, bigger, much larger suburban type neighborhoods that are being constructed here now, quickly driving up the average sales price. It's still much higher than I would suspect, and probably not an area that your normal investor is going to look at and say, oh my gosh, that's how much money I want to put in right now for my investment property. But you need to be in tune. A lot of what you're going to see here, and I can't overstate this enough, is appreciation on your ROI, without a doubt. Mike, take it over.
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of echo what you said, I think McCordsville is a little bit of a undiscovered market in terms of investors, and I think that's why we're seeing that higher price point, because it does have more land than Fishers. So it is a little bit of a Fishers overflow community where people can go out and build a home and build a nice home. at, still, if this is an owner occupied 423, that's still pretty affordable. And so I think that's what we're seeing. I think that's why we're seeing the higher price point there. There are more affordable homes available for an investor. Again, I just think, with only 12 homes on the market in terms of rentals, it's, the sales price is also not going to reflect that as well. So yeah, it's kind of up and coming. And to your point, I think this is an appreciation play as well. You're going to see this is going to be a growing community. I mean, Fishers is, I don't know if I would say built out, but almost all built out. And so it's, that's the natural thing, is that people are going to start heading over to McCordsville, and it's a nice community. It's got good schools. It's family oriented. And so this is the next Fishers, I think.
Yeah, and exactly. And if you can get in early enough, you still have that quaint small town feel while you have, this bustling new industry and attractions going on around you. It's the perfect time to be moving to an area like that.
Hey, Chris, I was going to ask you, we talked about merging in Fortville. Do those both feed into the same school system, or are there two different school systems in McCordsville and Fortville?
There are currently two different ones. Now there is, and I'll have to do some research on this to make sure I'm completely accurate, but McCordsville does have its own separate school system, but except for the middle school, they bleed into each other for the middle school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is one, as an investor, that's one of the things I'm always looking at is good school systems, because that typically protects my home value. Is one or the other thought to be a better school system, or are they both considered pretty good?
So I haven't followed the Fortville, so I'm only going to talk about, the satisfaction I have from my inner circle. They seem to love the Fortville school systems. Okay. I have no idea what the rating systems are there or anything like that. I believe, but this is just speculation, right? And I prefer to speak on facts. Speculation, I believe that they're almost equal. But everyone though talks very highly of the McCordsville school districts, but I think that they're closely related.
Okay. Well, maybe when we do the next Fortville update, maybe we'll pull some stats and talk about the school system as well.
Love it. Great idea. Cool. Love it. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that's a wrap for this month. Yeah.
That does it, I think. So if you've stayed in tune this long, all the way to make it to the end of this market report,
congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Well done. I got to tell you. Man, if you did, you without a doubt see the value here in the importance of, again, not only being you in tune to what's going on, which you absolutely should be, but your property manager has to be in tune to this data, right? I mean, this is what they do for a living. They have to know this surface level data, because that's what this is. This is, in my opinion, this is surface level data that you have to know if you're going to perform at any valuable rate. So this is data you have to have. Be sure, subscribe. You've got to get notified every time one of these goes out. And not to mention these other videos that we do every single month that are going to keep you in tune on things that you should be doing if you currently own an investment property, or where you also need to be looking if you're new to the real estate investment market here in the Indianapolis area. And also why we agree with Zillow, number 4. This is where you should be looking. Be sure to like and subscribe without a doubt.
Exactly. Awesome. All right. Well, let's make that a wrap.
That'll do it. Thanks, guys.
All right.
We'll see you next
month. Thanks, guys.